You should, come down on Saturday. 1 second. You should, come down. Yeah, it was Chris Webby. That's it. Chris, you got it right. It was Chris Webby, Raw Thoughts 4. So I have the station that I listen to, which is like on YouTube Music, is like I listen to Tom McDonald that picks different songs in the same genre, political stuff, and Chris Webby came out, and bunch of other artists, Maces, John Lucas, like there's
Topher.
Yeah, it's a bunch of artists. So have you heard Dummies? Ryan. Yes, I've heard Dummies. I actually don't like it. I turned it off halfway through. I was bored.
Yeah.
It's like it's the same thing he always says. And I like my rank now is brainwashed, snowflakes, fake woke. That's top 3. And then Dummies are not even probably top 7 of mine. He's got so much better songs. I just didn't like it. But he's gonna drop 2 albums this Friday, apparently. Hey, you're welcome, Ebenezer. So yeah, real quick, guys. Before we begin, as always, this is our opinion on the market. So, take it with a grain of salt. Don't blame us. Don't think that we can be wrong, and don't think that I know price action ahead of time. I don't. Real quick, guys. Because I see the market that I see it right now, and tomorrow something completely different might happen, and then obviously you got to change your bias. You got to understand price action to do that. Second, the questions, please ask them in the Q&A if you don't know how it works in my stream. So it's easier for Ryan and I to see questions not in the chat, and then just chat in the chat and post charts if you want. And then our tags for those of you who want to reach out to us for any reason, and be it as it may.
I'll put them on the screen when you get going.
Oh yeah, okay. Just put them on the screen. For Instagram, like us, share, or whatever you can do on Instagram. Not subscribe. I'm like been on YouTube for so long. What is that? Follow us, right? Yeah, follow us.
Yeah.
I'm horrible. All right. I'm fired. As Trump would say. Yeah. So follow us on Instagram and say hi. And last but not least, boot camp, October 9th. Myself and Peter doing the boot camp. It's going to be an all-day event. Link is in my profile on Instagram. You can also reach out from me, DM, with any questions you might have about that. It's going to cover everything from mindset and trade management to entry protocols, exit protocols, everything, AMD, supply and demand, Wyckoff, why it's not needed, like everything. It's going to be as long as we can possibly go. I think we'll start at around 12 Eastern and go to, until there'll be a break most likely, because I'm thinking it's going to be at least 6 hours. So everything's going to be recorded. There's a group for it, all that stuff. All right. So here we go.
Also,
here we go.
I'll be answering any of the questions on YouTube. If something needs to be demonstrated, I'll pass it over to Yuri. So
true story. Should probably record it on the cloud as well. Yep. Okay, so you see my screen, right?
Yeah.
The GU?
Yes.
Okay. Because I never know which screen I'm sharing.
Right.
Could be my bank account.
It's been done
Um,
before.
yeah, yes, it has. Yes, it has. All right. So first things first, I wanted to prove to you that patient pays off with the EG. For those of you who were on my stream on Monday, there was a question towards the end of the stream, and you can check my bullshit on that if you want, because the recording is on YouTube. You look on the previous recording. Someone asked about the chart on EuroGBP, and I marked out this area with the red. We were on Monday, we were all the way down here, consolidating or whatever. And I said, I don't know how far we're gonna go, probably to this line or something, which we actually perfectly did. And the reason for this line is this breaker and previous supply turn demand area. So I marked this up and I didn't touch it. And then Friday we got tagged in and had a very nice win. By the time I woke up in the morning or whatever, I was deep in profits. And it was surprising to me because we reached this during Asia, which normally, as you'll see on other pairs, gets taken out. All right, there's questions. Okay, questions on bootcamp right away. The bootcamp, I mean, you can click on the link and if you go, Ryan just posted our tags. If you go at Lord Fury 83, just click on the link and in my profile, it will tell you. But general admission is 150, VIP is 300. The bootcamp is on October 9th, and you join by going to that link and registering. You pay as soon as the transaction goes through with a credit card. It will bring you to the landing page that will show you the Telegram group and the Zoom registration link. If you can't pay with a credit card for some reason, just reach out to me. I can take anything. I don't take like gifts though, gift baskets. I don't know that, but if you have a cryptocurrency or whatever the hell, like I can most likely accept that. Yeah, so that's how you join. Answer. We'll take a look at the charts right after I go over some trades, David. So I see your and you. It's all good. Yep. Again, send me a message about the bootcamp stuff. Send me a direct message or just go on the website and check it out. All that stuff, the differences between normal VIP is described there. Shortly, if you need more detail, just reach out to me directly. If you're, again, Instagram, Telegram, Discord, I'm available. All right. Sorry, lost track myself. Yeah. So here, right now, of course, people say, well, what if I missed it or I didn't see your Monday overview? Then I can tell you that we got what? Who knows what we got? Who knows what we got? We got an order flow shift is what we got. Okay, and there's several ways you can, it's kind of in the eye of the beholder, like how you want to judge it, but it depends on how you define order flow, how small of a time frame you go to. But it doesn't matter to me. It worked out anyway. But I had 3 entries here, and one of them, the bottom one, was from the order flow shift that I thought happened. So the simplest one that I thought that here, when we got to the entry, right, that's the high, and then this low takes out this. So to me, that's not an order flow shift here. But I said, okay, well, this was the last manipulation that eventually led to this high, and this fails to make a higher high. Then we break through it, through the one that does make a higher high, and of course, come back to mitigate, taking out this inducement that happened right before. That was my second entry. The third entry came after break of structure, and coming back here. Now, to tell you to be completely 100% honest, my actual limit was higher over here, but I kind of saw what it's doing and chased it, and actual third entry was here, and I closed it as soon as we got there. So just left 2 entries till the end of the day, and then closed it wherever we ended it, like right before we ended the day, I closed everything. So that was several ways you could enter this Euro GBP, but my point is the week for me personally was very blah after Monday. Like there's no business playing anywhere here. This is baloney, a range that you don't want to play in. You want to play in the range maybe, but like you need to be staring at this to identify everything and then do the AMD thing and possibly get in. I mean, you can. I wasn't interested. This wasn't interesting to me at all. So point is, doesn't matter how you trade. If you're patient, your entry will come. That's what I was trying to prove. Gold was absolute beauty, and it is and remains. Oh, let's go over what I think is going to happen real fast as well.
Mr. Yuri, can you expand your screen a little bit?
Oh,
People
yeah.
on YouTube are asking. It's hard to see.
Okay, will do.
There.
All right. So with gold, or sorry, with Euro GBP, what we're doing, we're still pretty much super bullish. But as I explained on several streams, the inducement and the way it usually works is more or less we break and retest. Okay. And you guys can tell me in the chat or on YouTube if this happened to you. We do a break and retest, right? So people are like, okay, we're waiting for the retest. And then the retest happens and you enter and it breaks this structure. So naturally you're like, oh, we're bullish. Structure is bullish. So I'm going to try to re-enter if it lets me over here, some order block or something. And then it does one of these numbers and then goes up. And you're left wondering what the fuck happened. Why didn't it work? Well, because this is what everybody else is doing. And on top of this, sometimes it does this, which is even better, to confuse people and sucks sellers in here as well. And that's because if you think about what the break and retest, this is what everybody in the world is playing. So if that was that easy, you know, everybody would be rich, right? So this right here is an early buy, aka inducement to buy too early. You know, on top of this, like there's a bunch of scenarios. I'm just giving you a general rundown. It could come here and create this range, right? And then take this out and then go up. So again, smart money traders and everything will say, oh, there's liquidity. I'm going to look in here under liquidity because they're going to take them out and then, you know, go up. But instead they take out this one completely into an extreme below. And the reason is if you're retail and your stop losses are underneath and you're buying right here, this is an obvious place to put a stop loss right here. This is like staring at you. I'm going to put it under the swing low if I'm retail. So even though they want you to see this institutionally funded candle from which it, you know, the slingshot candle, whatever, it reacted because that's the trap. That's the smart money trap. So having explained that again, for those of you who didn't see this before, one second. Clean up on L5. What do we have here? What do we have here? Is it not the same thing here? So now we're creating this range, but the original reaction was right here. So we have this range. Yeah, we're taking out some smaller liquidity here, but we never took out the original reaction from there, which to me, this reaction here didn't react from anything. And there's no point of like, oh, I need to figure out where it reacted from, because that's the whole point of it didn't react from anything. They turned the market around on purpose here to make you think and make you see this. But this is a target. Now, if I expand it to like 1 hour or 4 hour, you'll see what I mean. That line, this black line right here, is the equilibrium. That is the true supply and demand. And what did we do? What did I just show you? We came here, came here, came here, bounced, took out this liquidity. What's next? They're ranging the market here. People will try to put it in this wick, maybe in here, and it's gonna come down all the way over here before coming higher. This is me speculating. I don't know if that's gonna happen. That's just what I'm seeing right now. Again, that's what I think. So where is the trade that I'm looking for this week? In there, in this pink box. Now, the only problem with this, I want to see an order flow shift here because this was Asian high, and Asian highs like to be taken out. So I need to see an order flow shift above this liquidity in order to take the sell. If I don't see it and it goes through it, then what I said before doesn't matter, and we're going up. We're going up. If it breaks this, most likely, if it breaks this and that, we're going up. It could also take this out and mitigate out of extreme all the way here as well. That's a possibility, but that's why you got to see the price action. But that's the only place that I see order until we get to take out that wick that I talked about. Okay, so that's Euro GBP for you. All right, so gold though is the cleanest setup for this week, and it was clean as hell last week. This is the one I'm going to concentrate on this week. So let's look. So this was so amazing. Gold just keeps feeding. The best trade was on Thursday. Sorry, Friday. Again, if you missed everything, Thursday was a good trade. I actually got into the trade on Thursday and I missed the one on Friday because I was trading Euro GBP and just putting multiple positions there. I'm not greedy, but it was the best setup. So here we got an amazing AMD, right? We have the accumulation, the manipulation, the distribution, and now we create Asian range, take out the top, take out the bottom, mitigation into here, and up we go. All right, so all you have to see was wait for Asian range, both sides to get taken out. All right, once that got taken out, you anywhere in this green square you could have gotten in. All right, and then boom. All right, but what's more interesting, what's coming? Like this was a great trade, all good. But if you looked at 4 hours at what happened here on gold before. So if you look at what, 3 weeks ago, right here, right in this area where this accumulation occurred, most people were putting their orders in. Right, it got here, it had a tiny bit of a reaction, essentially redistribution, and it dropped further. Right, so now everyone's thinking, okay, I'm going to put my orders there because we're bearish. It's going to come back and react. And we have barely any kind of reaction and break through it again. There's still orders here, right? Then we do all of this stuff going up on this trend line, right? And now pay attention to this here. We have this range over here. Okay. Have this range. We have a shit ton of liquidity over here, and you ask yourself a question, where are the banks? The banks were here. The banks cranked it, redistributed, and this is where the banks got in. Okay. We have liquidity right before it. And now we're just slowly coming up here. And notice what I just drew here. What is this? Break, retest, come up, take out all of this liquidity into our previous place. If you notice what happened in this place when we were breaking it, this was the last sell offered, and then we explode here. So this is the true place where they got in, right here. Okay. So once again, here's the break and retest. We need to come up, break this high, induce everyone to start buying. This is called, for those who don't know, absorption block. Absorb the wick that takes out this, mitigate. I am putting my limit in this green, on this green line, and my stop loss is just above this wick, just a very little sell here, just to see if I'm correct. But my big order is, of course, in here, in this area, this buy. Okay, so hope that makes sense. That's what I see them doing. Why do they want to do this? Well, we keep breaking the highs, and we're coming into this area of resistance, retail resistance, but that area of retail resistance means there's a ton, and I mean a ton of people trying to sell from here. So there's a giant supply area. So for them to take out the giant supply area, they need to do what? Capture liquidity. Where is liquidity so they can break through the supply area and take out these highs? That liquidity is being formed as we speak right here. That's the liquidity. So induce to the top, take out smart money traders here, take out smart money traders here, take out induce all the sellers to sell from support resistance, and then finally mitigate out of the orders and come higher to go to this orange square. Now, that doesn't mean the orange square or red square is going to turn around and sell here. They could reaccumulate and keep going higher, but that should paint a perfect picture of what I see, at least, happening. So I'm interested in the sell, more importantly, interested in this buy, if it works out the way I said, right? That's what I'm watching on the gold. Okay. UJ, another interesting pair in my opinion. We haven't been doing much except for building the range liquidity. That's all we're doing. So again, on 4 hours here, you can see where the banks got in was over here, right? Banks got in here, took out liquidity, got in, came this way and took out liquidity on this side, right? So now we came there, but we did not take out the liquidity. So if this candle didn't lead to break of structure here or taking out liquidity, what is that candle? That candle is inducement for the too early sell, right? So we're going there, but now we're building the range. So I think this is just a research only of order flow. But what I think is going to happen is when we make it down here, once again, first we'll come up, mitigate, and come take out all of this and come back to here. There's a ton of scenarios they can do. This is 4 hour, obviously. There's still time. It could take another week. So I don't know what the dollar is going to do, which side it's going to take out first. But the fact that we took out liquidity here and then took out liquidity here and then we're just coming back, they might come take out this wick, maybe make some nothing move. London takes out this wick into here. That's why I said maybe an order flow here. Maybe they'll take out all of this liquidity and come back to the origin and then move up. But this is the areas I'm watching. Yeah, no trigger pulling right now. We're in the middle of everything. We need to see which side they're going to manipulate first, and then we'll go the other direction. Right? If Asia, yeah, I mean, this just looks way too awesome on smaller time frame. Yeah, but I'm again interested in buying here more than selling, even though it's usually opposite of gold, but usually doesn't mean always. I'm just seeing price action right now. Order flow is still bullish on 1 hour. We're still this low, still created this high, and this low hasn't done anything yet. So just follow the order flow until it shifts, and then your life will be much better. US 100 was a clean as hell baby that I missed as well on Friday. Just once again, like we got accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and we did not have mitigation. Jesus. Okay, I am struggling today. So to me, we have reached, I was projecting it turning around here. It just went through it and went higher. So I do think we will come back, and I do think we'll come back all the way to like here, like really low, below this bull, like all the way into here. It's like 14,900 or 14,700 somewhere. So we'll see. Again, not executing anything yet, but we've been so bullish that it's time to turn around, kind of thing. Like we need to have a retracement at some point. So just a matter of catching it. And this is not like, so it's not much to go off of right now. We're in this tiny range. I do think all of this, like I do think this right here is the inducement up. Like this was the where we're supposed to finish, and all of this is the false move. And if this is the false move, you can only imagine how far we'll float down. 3 times this distance down, which is like 14,700. So I think that's the formation of an FU candle on like 4 hours. But it could do the same thing it did here one more time and keep going. Who knows? Nasdaq is cray. The problem with this on higher time frame is I don't see any structure being created. So when there's no structure being created and we're going at such a steep hill, they're gonna stretch the market and do nothing for a while. They need to reaccumulate and or redistribute or distribute or reaccumulate. They need to either range it if they didn't turn around. So I'm assuming tomorrow we'll be doing this for a while. And then Wednesday will be some either reversal or continuation, which price action will show. Euro USD. Also, this was freaking textbook, easy, amazing looking trade. And once again, what I showed you before. And once again, it took out this high of Asia, took out the low of Asia right into IFC and went up. But if you want it simpler, like it just keeps doing this. It keeps doing break and retest, take out the retest. Just constantly forms the range, takes it out, goes up, forms a range. Here's the inducement during Asia, false move. I mean, true move, but too early. Takes out some liquidity, New York liquidity during Asia. Here's the inducement up. That creates the range. That reaction in Asia creates the range. That takes out Asia. You see, so where, like, if you think about where their retail is shopping, they're shopping here, right? This is the support resistance. So once again, we take out this, they're waiting for retest, try to sell here, they get smoked, and they buy at the retest here. The market shows them the direction they want to see. They're all celebrating, put stop losses and profits. Some don't. Some wait for the structure to break, and then they take out the retest. And this, which is where all the people that are a little bit crazier put their stop losses into where they crank the market. This, you guys can see order block, last candle gets engulfed with imbalance, right? So this imbalance here and the FU candle here, the unmitigated one, boom, perfectly into it, bam. Like, just again, pick a pair, don't have to trade at all. Any pair. Friday, like, oh yeah, Friday sucks. No, last week every day sucked. Look at this, nothing, Friday. All of this crap just to crank it on Friday. So you wait all week. Like, I didn't trade anything until Friday, and Friday I made 3%. Nothing to be, nothing too crazy, but I did 2 trades, 1 on gold and 2 on EG, or 3 on EG, and got 3% and got out. So by the way, September is the worst month of the year to trade. Banks are counting money. There's not much volume, so we are bound to see a lot of consolidation during the months of September. Just a warning, don't be expecting gold to drop 800 points, although that could happen too. I've seen everything now after pandemic. So yeah, but historically it's a steady consolidation months kind of thing. Yeah, so Euro USD, let's see. Yeah, like right now, again, this is the first reaction, so we're sitting here. I don't see, I don't see much. We just made this for people to see, so my guess is we're going to take out this wick here into this breaker, and then keep moving up. Yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen most likely. Just gonna range most of Asia and then take it out during London and go. But watch for AMD. Again, this and that will both get taken out for sure. Just need to figure out which one first, kind of thing. And see. Yeah, so this is where you watch for AMD and see if it, because we got an impulse, we got accumulation. The next one is manipulation and distribution mitigation. So watch for that. Didn't I just go over gold for like 20 minutes? 25? Did you miss it, Lorena? Yeah, if you missed it, just go to YouTube. Because that's my best trade of the week for next week, for this coming week. So, yeah, I went over for like 30 minutes or something over gold. Just to give you the areas that I'm looking for is I'm looking for this all get taken out and waiting at like 1760, which is significant drop. Right now, I'm looking for taking out liquidity into maybe here, making another equal high with this, maybe mitigating out of that or something like that, because I don't think we have enough juice to break through this liquidity here, right? Through this supply. So I want it to maybe take out Asian high, maybe not, but take out Asian high, come down, take out all of this, and get into my area. Now, all of these things, like I described, you see a lot of arrows. I describe all of that in the video, so just watch the recording. But this is the major buy that I'm looking for, and then this is the smaller sell that I'm looking for at 1828 something 50. Okay, all right. Because again, break, retest, take out the high, take out everything here, go into here, then go up. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. GU. I didn't even look at GU. It's been choppy, weird, and sideways. Yeah. Okay, here I'm just looking for this. I'm just looking for this to take out this Asian low into here. Order flow shift in this area. Yeah. And then come higher. So just waiting in this 136.60. Okay. GA. Yeah, GA I just started to look at right before the stream. I don't quite like it, to be honest. I see a ton of liquidity stored in here. I see some liquidity left there. So right now I'm just following the order flow, and the order flow is telling me that we have sold out of here and we made this range there. So once again, if we're making a smaller range right there, that's to take out this go into here, and then come down, especially if we bounce right now into lower and take out this low, and come up, take out this high, come into here, maybe nothing clean, and then that I really like, because to me this is where the banks entered, right? This was the last sell offer, so this whole area, and that's where the banks entered. And then we just kept the lows intact here, right? So all of these lows are liquidity, and this is also where people will be putting their stop losses, trying to get in here. So people putting stop losses here, 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 here. All these wicks is all liquidity until it gets to over there, which is the last point of demand and where the institutions get in. So to me, this 81,750 level, right? The whole level, 81.74, like right here is where this, yeah, I can draw a, where's my tools? This area here is where I would like to see order flow shift. I would like to see a reaction in this area. This is that range that I was talking about. So right now I'm looking for a sell lower into this area. But ultimately I wanted to reverse here, so I need order flow shift here. Make sense? Makes sense. Okay. All right, now we can look at the David's chart real fast. We got some Wyckoff going on here. NZD, USD. Oh boy. So I'm not sure if you did this on a smaller time frame, but how is that a buying climax? And why? So I 100% disagree with that. Here's the reason why. Because I don't like it. No, I'm kidding. That's not the reason. What is this? NZD USD, NZD USD. Let me show you. So where was this thing? 1 hour. Oh boy. Hmm. 708.41. I don't even know where that's at. Oh, this is this. Right? No. I'm confused then of where you are looking at. Yeah, 708.41. Yeah, okay. All right, so yeah, this is not right. So buying climax has to be the place that forms the range, right? Buying climax has to be a place where you have the reaction that you hit so much supply that you have automatic rally the other way. So like, that can be a buying climax because we just came back to this. Like this is all, if you were marking Wyckoff, this whole thing is a buying climax. Like, you know, because that, I mean, but it doesn't look like it. Maybe it's on 5 minutes, like or something. But on 1 hour, that's not a buying climax. Shit. Sorry. It's far. Okay, so on 1 hour, is this it? That's not it. Oh my God, so far. I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, so if on 1 hour you can say that's a buying climax, sure. So on 1 hour, that's can be in buying climax and the AR and the ST and the UT. I can see that. I can see that, right? So the only problem I have with this. Okay, so I see why you drew this. The only problem I have with it, if this is the schematic B and this is a UT, you already had your LPS, dude. That already came here. So now this becomes supply for most people, and guess what? That is a stop loss. Okay, does that make sense? That's my only problem with that area. It's already, to me, it's already been taken care of. Yeah, so if this is UT, then that's the last point of supply that it tapped into perfectly, and that already played out. So now we're here. All of this is liquidity. All of this is liquidity. Why? Well, look what's over here. And more liquidity here, but then that area right here is where you see the banks crank it, take out liquidity, come back to last point of supply, mitigate, break structure, come back to mitigate, and drop so fast, never coming back. That right there is the bank's money. All of this on a bigger time frame, 4 hour, is this range, right? So this was, you got it right. This was Wyckoff distribution, but already had the LPS Y, right? So it already had this, and now we're just gonna blast through all of that. Yeah. So if I were you, I'll be looking for a buy on NZD USD. I'd be looking for a buy. That, as I'm speaking, holy crap, we're moving. Right, so hopefully it will give you a chance when it comes down here. Maybe it'll give you a chance, because right now we're in Asian range. So maybe we'll take out these wicks and come to like the breaker, and people will say it's a midpoint in the imbalance or whatever, but it's actually the breaker. Or maybe you'll come to the extreme here, and then you'll move up like crazy. Or it might just take off right now. But yeah, I would bet you money on a side that it's gonna rip through all of this. Okay, hope that makes sense. Man. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Other pairs, guys, got markups, send them up. We're going very fast today. I haven't looked at tons of pairs. I don't know. OddCAD. So cute. Not doing anything. We're back at equilibrium on OddCAD. Not like any of it. Yeah. Nope. Nothing on OddCAD for me. Nothing on OddCAD for me at all. Just ugly. Nope. Don't like it. AU much better. AU looks good. So again, trap is over here. Trap is over here. So this right here, oh man, this is just beautiful, beautiful. Okay, one more time. I think it will bounce somewhere here, come a little bit higher to this line, then drop, take out most people that think market just moved from IFC to IFC, which is not the case. Take out this, take out that, take out Asian low, and right here, or right here is the place, because I actually like the bottom one always better, because that's where we see the explosion from. Right, this is where we see the explosion from. Continuing after Asian range, and this was sort of an original reaction. So possibly in here if there is an order flow shift, but most likely, yeah, I don't like it. Never mind. Not here. Yeah, the audio SD I like to buy from this, from over here. That is where we explode from. I mean, the extreme areas are always there if you can find one, but this looks good. This is perfect break and retest that might happen right now. Take out the highs, then come down. All right. Okay, that was AU. Yes, Ryan, I just remembered about your pair. You didn't remind me. You didn't remind me.
No,
But
it's all good.
I
I'm looking at it right now.
What the hell happened? Oh yeah, that was that last week. Craziness. Not last week, week before.
Yeah.
We said goodbye to our bot.
Yeah, that was the Fed making announcements and oil spiking.
Yeah, that I have never seen this on UCAD in my life until last week or week before last week. It was if you've seen an overextension, there's one. So again, on a larger scale, I can see the same thing here. Here's that manipulation. Here's the come down, maybe come back a little bit, but for the most part, I think I see it maybe taking these highs into here, back maybe into here, and then dropping. I see it dropping all the way below these lows into this area.
That's what I'm waiting on.
Um,
Oil's about ready to turn around the other side, so we're gonna go up.
man, it's tough because it's just fucking died over here. I think we might be redistributing and just keep going down.
That was all. Everything you see in front of you is fundamentals. Everything big. Because at first they were talking about they were talking about raising interest rates, and then the Powell came out and didn't even say that. He talked about tapering the spending, had said nothing about interest rates. So everything that was gained had to be retaken because they traded the rumor, but it never happened. So then they had to take everything back.
Yeah, this is your reaccumulation creek right here, and the liquidity above it. So almost 100% positive we're coming over here.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's if I've traded UCAD, that's what I would be waiting for. Of course, there's the area here underneath it where everything started, but I don't like it because the original reaction that formed the range is here. So that's your original selling climax before the reaccumulation started going. So it could though, I mean, it could have a small reaction and come do one more down, take out this wick here into that. So both areas are relevant to me. I would like to see this slam down and then do this. Hey, stop this. Is there questions going on?
Just short.
I want to see this going on into here on a smaller time frame and something like that. And coming up.
Yep.
That's what I want to see on UCAD. Yep.
I'm bearish as hell. I'm looking for sells right now. So
yeah, so like the sells, they might happen right now. Like this is the only thing that I still have to master as a student myself is the times and it's, I don't know how I'm going to. Right now we're at that break and retest that I was talking about many times. But so it could come up and that would be easy if it comes up over here to try to sell it in this area. Start looking for sells in this area. But that's easy, right? That is easy. What's hard, although yes, we would need to break some kind of structure for these cells to be relevant because right now we're still bullish. We're still bullish.
Order flow's bullish. Right. Yep.
Yeah. So order flow is bullish on even 6 hours. So we can't say that we're bearish yet. If we come down underneath, at least underneath this first area, then I can believe that we're going bearish long term. Short term, though, could do many, many things.
Yeah. Right now, I'm sitting on my hands. I'm waiting for actually oil to make a decision.
But what I was going to say is What I don't know how to do is identify the areas where it just like creates the range, doesn't do anything to tell you we're going up, and then just goes up or down. Like
Right.
just
Out of nowhere.
being flat out of nowhere, just straight up goes up. That's almost impossible to catch. And sometimes it will do that to induce people up and then come down. And sometimes it will actually keep going up. So those are the things where I still get screwed sometimes. And I'm not sure how to, like, I don't think you can. But if somebody knows an idea of how to know when that happens, I'm very good at spotting traps, spotting liquidity inducements, spotting order flow changes, all that stuff. But when it just uncalled for just goes what random direction, that makes no sense to me. Thoughts on Euro NZD, Ivan? Okay, so that I don't like. Precisely what I've just been saying all this time is this is the typical trap they do, right? This is the typical smart money trap. Used to work, doesn't work anymore. Algorithm changed. So if you see an order flow shift on a small time frame for that, then yes. Otherwise, it's a no-no. What is it? 4 hours? Yeah. So, oh my God. Holy crap. Was there news just now? What the fuck
There's
happened?
supposed to be news in like 40 minutes.
But this is pretty significant drop in reaction.
Oh,
Holy crap. All right. So I'm sorry. Where was this? Did we already break through this? What the hell? Did you just send it or not?
Hmm?
Yeah, so as I was saying, I would not do this. It already broke it. He was trying to buy here. So exactly, man. So I hope I was fast enough to tell you and you didn't try to buy it. If you did, here's why. Everyone sees this. Like who here, like who learned smart money doesn't see this? Everybody. So it's kind of like if it's too obvious, that's a trap. That's number one. But number two is that's not where the order flow shifted. Order flow shifted lower here. Where was the last point of liquidity taken? Here.
it's also resistance to support retail.
So what you need to do is it also resistance turn support retail. So yeah, they got to take that. So right now we have mitigated out of there, but nothing at all mitigated from here. I don't think. And this is where the last point of liquidity was taken. So I want to see what's in there. Oh, this is very interesting. Oh, shit. Oh, baby. It's this area. It's this area. Let's see. $15. Still there. 5 minutes.
Hasn't been taken yet.
Yeah, so I mean, I really like this one. I really like this one here. Because look, okay. Made a low, failed to make a lower low, took out the wick, and where's the damn mitigation? No mitigation. Liquidity. It's right here. Let's bet. Who wants to bet? We're coming here. 6-6-5-6. That extreme is where we're going. If there's an order flow shift here, we might, but that downstairs right there is where the order flow shifted. And never came back to mitigate. So everybody sees this. It's easy. So I want an order flow shift in here, but most likely it will come to the extreme. And I don't know if we can make it there this week. I hope. Because look at big drop, redistro, big drop, probably another redistro. Probably another redistro, and we're already in this place, but if you look, this is the last point of demand, which is where you wanted to buy. And since we didn't mitigate out of there and just broke through it, I always say this, we're gonna come back right back into it. Supply.
Where do you have that? Oh yeah, actually, I was just drawing it up, not looking at yours. Oh yeah, 66900 have first reaction, but it probably goes 665.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly, right?
I
Mine's
can't.
think
I
alike.
think that's is that what you said? As is
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, no, like I look there was a order flow shift right in there. So
Right.
I mean reaction probably like I said might happen here, but this area I really like because this is like 6 pips, 5 pips, something very little. Euro NZD for me has a pretty large spread, I think 1.8 or 2 pips
Yeah, it gets pretty large.
on my broker, and so when you have only 6 pips on such a pair, that's amazing on the buy side. So I would wait in this. Definitely put a buy limit here, and then watch order flow shift earlier. If I were you. Did
Yeah,
you
that's
get smacked over here or not? I hope you didn't. But if you, okay, good.
oh good. It's one of
Yes.
those two.
Recognize because you will see. Sorry, go ahead, Ron.
Oh, I was like, that's one of those two it's so small, the stop loss that you can give it a little breathing room. And those once the order flow shifts, it happens pretty violently right there because it's kind of hidden from everybody. And when you actually see that strong reaction, go to the lower time frame, you can actually stack your entry, even with more positions on top of it once it actually gets going, taking some profits and protecting your investment initial. That's where those 2-to-1s work out so great too, because you keep stacking on top of them and just never stop till you lose. Because it's at extreme. So if you're wrong, it basically is just showing you that the order is going to continue to the downside.
You're not wrong.
Well, I'm just saying, if you are, it just tells you.
I mean, it makes sense. It's dirty, Euro NZD, but it makes sense. Look,
Yeah.
every time we create the range, take it
Mhm.
out. Then we did this trap,
Yeah,
come back,
I like
maybe
that.
bounce here. That's your
Mhm.
another range. Then take
Right.
it out into extreme. So
Well, the more ranges right there too, the better that trade gets because there's more liquidity sitting there.
yeah. So yeah. Right now you should probably be looking for a sell, even though it fucking just reacted like crazy, almost way back to where it started its descent from. But that's a facade.
Yeah,
It's
little wick
gonna
fill.
keep going. Yeah, it's gonna keep going down right now. Because I mean, makes no sense if it just. It could, but if it just goes all the way up right now, it just kind of makes no sense to me.
We got news at
That's
8 o'clock and 8:30.
But learn from this dude, like this type of stuff, you will see this on gold almost every freaking week. This type of trap. They do it all the time. And this is what I'm saying, like it's impossible to catch this. And then people try to do the smart thing and wait for a retest over here and it never happens and they wonder why. Because first you get fucked because you miss out. Then you feel like I'm gonna be patient. I'm not gonna jump in with the FOMO. I'm gonna wait for it to come back and it fucks you over here. So then you're like, I quit trading. I'm done.
NASDAQ does that from time to time too.
Like, so if you don't get in here when it's just flat and goes up, don't try to re-enter here. Re-enter under it. It like I guarantee you that it's constant trap. The easiest trap to see too, because they make it even better. How do they make the trap? Because you're smart. You see this. We broke structure to the top. You understand, oh, 78, 71, like they trap everyone here. Everyone can see this. But what you need to understand is where did the banks get in? So 4 questions, guys, write this down, right? I said it last time, but I'm gonna say it again. Write this down. Where did the banks get in? First question. Where did the banks get in? They got in here because they took out this liquidity and mitigated out of this. And because I just went on 5 minutes and showed you the order flow shifted right there. Was there mitigation? No. So potential number 1. Number 2, what structure is doing on higher time frame. Now we can see that even though like overall picture here we're bearish, we're just beginning this accumulation, and we accumulated for goddamn how many for a year, maybe more. So measure this, that's how far up we'll probably go. So we're just at the very bottom still. So we're bullish overall, on my opinion. Question number 3, where is retail sitting? And like Ryan mentioned, besides the trap, this right here is retail's buy on the top right here, right? So why is this the buy? We see the reaction, that's the retest. That is the retest. So they wait for it, try to buy it here. If they buy it here, guess where the stop loss goes? Right where you try to buy from that order block. So retail is here, so you don't want to buy here. That's question number 3. Number 4, where is liquidity? And there's many answers to that, but in this case, these equal lows was liquidity that we just kind of grabbed, but I think there's just more liquidity here. Right. So those 4 questions, you should be okay if you can answer them. Oh, and that's a good tip too, but some people can't not trade Asian, because some people can only trade Asian session or during Asian session, which I'm saying it's not impossible. It just sucks because you got to understand what Asian session is. And on this particular pair, you're okay for Asian session because this is not a major. This is NZD. And like you've seen the news, you can make good bank on JPY pairs, on Australian and New Zealand dollar. Those are okay during Asia. Like people just get into this, oh, we just trade London, whatever. Yeah, London has the most liquidity and the most volume. So does New York, but that doesn't mean that you can't make money during Asian on other pairs than the majors. You can definitely make like a ton of money, just harder because less people trade it, less manipulation, all that stuff. But
well, and of course, right now Sydney's open. We're right in the middle of their trading day, so it's good.
I mean, some people, work full time, come from work, and can trade when they can't turn on the computer. And they work in construction or something, they can't look at their screen. So just showing you. Okay, that was a good pair to look at, especially. I was like, "Yep, that's a trap." Look at shit.
What's your odd look like in comparison? Or GBP?
Odd what? Odd JPY or USD?
Euro odd?
Oh, Euro odd.
Yeah, like
you're saying divergence.
Possibly. Yeah.
That's actually. Is there news on NZD or on odd?
Both. coming up in like
Oh, that
30.
one is not even close. That one is slower, even though the news was on this. Weird. Maybe it's much stronger currency right now.
So we got,
So if you look, they both went down, sure, but look how high in comparison Euro odd is to Euro NZD. Euro NZD is already at the bottom here, which is like comparably, we're right here on Euro NZD. Alright, does this low here? It's that low, right? So here. And now both of them took out the high. This one wasn't such a big high, but both of them took out the high. And now this one came very low and took out even this accumulation, which is here. And that one has not even come lower. So until that happens on this side, you can't buy that. It's telling you that we're still not done moving down. This needs to catch up. Once this catches up, as this will be cranked lower to take out the same trap here, probably go under all the way. Oh, Jesus.
get a little carried away there.
I think I extended it, so it's gonna, I need to, yep. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So this is gonna go to probably all the way here. And as this gets cranked lower, this will also get cranked, but it will come to our area in here. And then this reaction will be reaction from an institutional candle here, where this one, you know, this one is gonna be mitigating. So like, I'm saying, yeah, okay, you know what I'm saying. Why can't I find my tools today? I am. What is, okay, here. What I mean is this will come like this. And this will do this. So that will be taken out liquidity, where this will be mitigating. Because this one is the leader. It already took out liquidity. This one hasn't even come close yet. Okay, hope that makes sense. All right, boys and girls, I think this is good for today, since there's no more question coming in.
Good
Thanks.
session, guys.
Everybody for attending, as always. For the bootcamp, I highly recommend. It is pocket change comparing to the last one even. So, and it's going to be insane. So, register, hit me up if you don't know how to, and I'll see you all next Monday. Tip you waitresses.